A very warm welcome to all the listeners. You're listening to Radio Noida 107.4 FM, founder and chairman of International Diplomatic Club, which have office in Delhi as well. And in this era where we need peace, harmony, love between people all across the world, he is actually working for it, and he himself turned his vision into this mission, which is actually changing many lives. So he is there with us in the studio. So let's talk to him and understand the notion he is carrying with himself. Hello and welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for invitation. I'm happy to be here, especially in Noida. It's my second visit to this beautiful place.
Right. So Dr. Sergey, let's start from the very starting about this International Diplomatic Club that you've created. So what is the idea behind it and how it actually started?
You see, before I was a PhD Doctor of Philosophy in high school. I spent 10 years in high school to teach my students philosophy and history and all other humanitarian science. And finally, I decided to open a platform, institution, which can integrate and mix official, formal diplomacy and kind of culture diplomacy, where opinion leaders, first of all, some actors, singers, and painters, can be a part of inter-religion and inter-civilization dialogue.
Right.
That was my mission, my idea, because as you know, official diplomacy is a representative of official position of country and government,
right,
and it's very formal.
Right.
And to open the heart, we should be in warm conversation, like right now we are doing interview, right, and we can share all our feelings and impressions and emotions.
Right, exactly.
Yes, and that is a way, as you know, the very famous word soft power.
Right.
What meaning the soft power? Soft is a power of heart,
right,
where we can transform your vision to the new vision and to new condition.
Right, exactly.
That was my idea, and thanks God, during 5 years, last year it was the anniversary of my our diplomatic club, and today we open new chapter in New Delhi.
Right, very good. But what I believe is, when it comes about like diplomacy, anything to everything possible which is being done over there on the face of earth, it's being done just to uplift the life of a person, just to make the person, the people, the citizens happy. Mm-hmm. And if anyone, like the government, the diplomatic relations, the diplomats, anyone is actually doing any work, is just for that only, and you are one of them. That's what I can believe with the work you're doing. There's one more thing, Dr. Sergey, and that is this India-Russia Film and Culture Forum. It's over there. And Mr. Sandeep Marwa is a patron of your International Diplomatic Club as well.
True.
And when I said this Indo-Russia Film and Culture Forum, it is actually helping and supporting this whole cause of yours, where you're actually working for the whole world to just come down to the same place and like work for the people. So how was the experience, and how exactly you felt when all these things came together and started helping, and like all the powers united that way?
It's very important and interesting question. First of all, in India you have a lot of things which you can proud be.
Right.
For example, Bollywood. And Bollywood is very well known, and a lot of different actors from different parts of the world try to approach your studio in Bombay in Bollywood.
Right.
And frankly speaking, Russia was under the pressure of Western countries, and especially of the pressure of Hollywood.
Right.
And right now is a situation where Western countries and companies, they went from the Russian market because of the conflict of civilization.
Right.
It's a proper time to start and restart and refresh our relationship between Russia and India, because very frankly speaking, you know very well that our traditional values very similar.
Yeah.
And even our language is very similar. Right. Sanskrit and Russian language,
exactly.
they have the common rules, and they have the common phonetics and yes, everything. That's why new generation in India and new generation in Russia, they don't know anything about each other.
Right.
And we have to refresh and prepare some content, okay, where it will be part of Russian, part of Indians, and can be recognized and impressive and attractive for the modern generation. That's why my vision that I want to bring through the culture instrument and culture diplomacy more actors. For example, one of the actors, Daria Startseva, already came, and we start with a short movie, and a new actor will come soon. My big friend, his name is Eric, and also he'll be participating in some movie here. I hope so. That's why we should to do some content slowly, and we'll come to the huge famous influence movie, which can be like a new premiere, global premiere between Russia and India cooperation.
I guess gradually when you work for something, it brings really good change. Overnight change just passes away that way only. So when you work for something which is like step by step, it is going to be there for like rest of the time. That's what I believe. And the process in which you are right now, calling the artist from Russia and all this collaboration, which was actually there since really long time, because I still remember Mera Naam Joker, Dr. Raj Kapoor Sahab was there in this whole participation, and it was a very new thing. People loved it, and we still know that in Russia, Raj Kapoor Sahab is being like celebrated, his movies and everything. From the word movies, because we talked about Indian Russia Film Culture Forum, you said you went into this movie making as well, and some movie is also there, some short movie. So I'd like to like ask you about that. What exactly it is? What about?
Thanks for question, and it's. I want to open the secret. It will be the first step, first of all. Just recently, a few days back, I was in premiere of new Bollywood movie, Thanks God. I was so appreciated. From my childhood, first of all, I saw a lot of, even the old movie Zita and Gita, it was my childhood hit movie when I saw it a lot of times, several times. During years, sometimes I remember I was approximately maybe 8 years old when I saw on TV, and that is a comedy of two twins, sisters, yes, and it was very impressive. It gave in my childhood even impressions of your culture, of your moving, dancing, singing culture, of all your particular colorful and style, yes. And also, you see, that's why I prepared script. Script was done by me, myself, because I'm PhD of philosophy. And your new premiere, Thanks God, I recognize it, first of all, is a fantasy. About Yamaraj and Yamaduts and some particular businessman who is with his habits and his aggressive commercial behavior was transformed finally to the kind personality, because he remember about kindness of his mother, about kindness of his wife, and whatever. Everything, yes. It remind me about mission of Bollywood. It is a special place where you cultivate some proper ethics, rules, and human values. Yes, that is most important. But I want to bring some Western aesthetics also, and that's why our movie is the name of the movie Rich Road. It's about life story. One Russian singer and model and actress. She came to participate in some beauty contests, in some beauty competition, and finally was invited to several studios. And to approach great success, her manager suggested to her give interview on some famous and influenced Indian journalist. And that journalist is very well known by his scandal and provocative questions. And manager informed her, be ready, like a disturbance, like some conflict, and he will bring big glory to you and publicity and everything. It's like a movie about eternal conflict, to be famous and to be safety from the different influence. Yes, that is a story about. But finally, you'll see, because we will start shooting soon.
And I think that's how life works, because we have to choose between many things at the same point of time, in which we have like opportunities up to some different extent, but at the same time we were supposed to like work on our ethics and like to compromise at sub level, so that there's a conflict which always stays there. So I believe people are going to like relate with it. So how soon we'll be able to watch it? Like, what's the future plan for this movie? When exactly we'll having the premiere of it?
First of all, as you know, in Noida, from 7 until 9 of December will be a huge, big international festival of short movies.
Short movies at Marvel Studios.
Yes, by Marvel Studios. Yes,
right.
And that's why we want to especially be participate in this festival, right, and make premiere exactly at this festival. And we'll see how it works, but at least at the beginning. And thanks a lot of big support of Dr. Sandeep Marvakji, and I'm so appreciate that his attitude, his vision, and his mission always support all creativity. And especially you mentioned about Hindu and Russian Film Forum.
Right.
It should be like a practical institution,
right,
which can give to us some fruits.
Right.
And fruits is a movie itself.
Exactly.
That is a point to achieve something practically.
That's the only reason why he gave this byline: love, peace and unity through art and culture. That's the byline which we use for each and every festival that Marvel Studios have. Yes. And like that's what we do here. So our main motto is just to be a part of anything to everything which is happening, which is working for love, peace and unity on the face of earth.